takaisin taas tänne Uniain Call of Cthulhu Let's Playn pariin. Minä olen Banditto 85 tuttuun tapaan ja jatketaan siitä, mihin me viimeksi jäätiin. Eli oltiin täällä Hawkinsin kartanolla pyörimässä. Mennään tsekkaamassa vähän täällä, että onks täällä jotain. Oho, siis mitään muuta ei näytä olevan. Pop 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 pop.
Recently fallen. It's as if all life has abandoned the place. Sturdy and well sharpened.
Kyllä.
Bradley was right. This place is much older than I imagined, but the architecture seems too recent.
Sitä.
The flowers on Sarah Hawkins' grave are fresh. The old caretaker must be very attached to her. Charles Hawkins' grave. Who could have done this?
I told you. Silas Winchester is still watching over the Hawkins family.
I must say, it's pretty gloomy.
So, Detective, does this place inspire any thoughts?
Why were they buried here?
I was given to believe that it was Charles Hawkins' wish.
Strange idea. I imagine Webster wasn't too pleased.
Mrs. Hawkins' father? It's said that he's devastated.
Is the caretaker still around? Evidence here suggests he is.
It's surprising indeed. Let's try to keep our eyes open.
Let's go to the mansion.
Please give me a minute. I didn't expect to set foot back here after the burial. What kind of deranged individual would defile this sanctuary?
Poor
See,
kid.
painting. I don't see Silas doing such a thing. Let alone allowing it. Even that broad baker is above that. Lord, have pity on this poor family.
I'll have to find another entrance. The axe is gone. I'd better be on my guard.
Kohta tulee kirvestä ottaa lohkoa. Että
This entrance is still in use.
Whoa!
Whoa!
You are trying to force the door, you nosy prick!
Easy, sir, all right? Put down the axe.
You know what we do with rubble like you? We gut them! Dump them into the ocean!
Whoa! You're Mr. Winchester. Lower that axe. And let's talk calmly.
I'll show you how we have it out on Darkwater.
You haven't forgiven yourself. You stay here to honor the memory of the deceased.
That's true.
I want no more violence. No more tragedy.
It's painful to be the last one left.
You don't know how right you are. Understood. I'm listening.
The police report describes a domestic accident, but Stephen Webster has several reasons to believe that this may not be the case.
Webster is as stubborn as an old mule. And I did tell him that we should let the dead rest in peace.
He wants to restore the reputation of his daughter. I just need to see where the fire started.
No, I can't let you in. The mansion isn't safe.
That's why you barricaded the entrance.
That's right.
And this door?
It's locked, and I make sure it stays that way.
You still put flowers on her grave. You cherish her memory.
Mrs. Hawkins was an exceptional person. She cared for everyone around her.
Let me shed a light on what happened to her. Give me that key.
I'm probably making a big mistake, but it won't be the first. Here, take the key and do what you have to do. Go on, then. Just to get rid of you.
Let's see what more I can learn from this mansion.
Katsotaanpas vähän mitäs täällä on. Let's see, what do we have in here?
This gate is locked. The poor wretch seems to spend the best part of his time isolated from the world. I know a thing or two about solitude myself. Rather Spartan. The caretaker has simple tastes. Bourbon. Empty, of course.
So what was the point of this? Ei kai tästä ollut mitään muuta. Ei ole. Mennään sitten sisälle.
Pierce, shall we enter? Now that you've finished your fun and games with Silas, we can perhaps inspect the mansion.
You're right. Let's go. Let's take a look inside.
I'm with you.
Hawkins Mansion. Any appears an officer Bradley explored the gardens of the Hawkins mansion. The family lies in the graveyard of the property. With his axe. Eikö se pitäisi olla axe? No, manage the key, Hawkins manage. Scene of the fire.
Follow me. I know the place. Who left this light on?
The Last Supper of the Hawkins. What does this tell me? What kind of meat is this? This place is for the head of the family, Charles Hawkins.
Tulee vähän mieleen toi Murdered Souls-aspekti tulee mieleen tästä.
The boy was probably here, smashed his plate on the floor.
Oi!
Sarah Hawkins' plate. Why did she leave it untouched? Something happened at this table. An argument?
Hey, Pierce. Daydreaming again?
Working, officer. This dinner table tells us a lot about the Hawkins family life.
Well, we don't have all day. The scene of the fire is next door.
Sarah Hawkins painted herself with her son, Simon, ready to go somewhere, but without Charles. Sarah Hawkins painted herself with her son, Simon, ready to go somewhere, but without Charles.
Hyvä mennä sytkärin kanssa jonnekin.
Was Charles Hawkins some kind of explorer? Too much rubble. I'll find an easier way. Charles and Sarah's wedding was painted by Sarah herself.
Onko täällä ollut mitään muita kuvia? Sitä voisi odottaa psychology, mä nopeasti tsekkaan.
Let's see if I can find something the cops missed. The child's corpse left a trace. Where are the others? They had a fight. Why? Did it stop at the time of the fire? Did Sarah Hawkins lose one of her shoes? How? Was Charles Hawkins a heavy drinker? Did someone escape the fire?
So sure looks like it.
If the painting I found on the docks really came from here, how come it didn't burn? Blood. This lamp was thrown. This was no accident. This was a fight.
Joku sai tulta.
Someone fell here. A desperate attempt to flee. And the boy.
Oi.
So, Detective, what do you make of it?
I firmly believe this fire was more than just an accident.
Huh. What's your theory?
I think the Hawkins couple got into a fight.
You sure of that?
There's only one way to be sure.
I just ask that you don't disturb anything. If Chief West found out about what we're doing, I'd be in serious trouble.
This door is locked.
Katsotaan mitä löytyy tässä. Kirveellä tosiaan.
These bandages are covered in dried blood. The same bandages that I saw in the warehouse on the docks. And given the bloodstains, I'd also say that it's the same person. The lyrics of the drunken sailor, a sea shanty.
Pääs mihinkään, okei. Jopa miettiä, että
An original edition of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, dated 1818.
an old book.
Moby Dick, Melville's classic. The epic battle between man and whale. Mandatory reading for any whaler, I guess. This piano is in disrepair. Looks like the Hawkins kept it more for decoration than for music. What do you know about Charles Hawkins' activities?
Well, not much, to be honest. We all assumed the Hawkins lived on Charles's inheritance.
See.
A book on the first inhabitants of the island. It seems they got here around the 14th century.
Jaasus. Katsos sit vielä, että mitäs täältä löytyy muuta. En tiedä, ei täällä varmaan sitten pitää mennä tonne yläkertaan sit varmaan.
Greek mythology. Hecate, goddess of the dead. daughter of Tartarus and mother of Scylla.
Siitäkö laiva sai nimensä? Kyllä.
A book on hunting whales, the island's staple diet last century. One of Sarah Hawkins' paintings. Her style sure is recognizable. One of Sarah Hawkins' paintings. Her style sure is recognizable. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Another story about the mysteries of the deep.
Sitä on kaiken näköistä.
What could Sarah have done to make this person threaten to call the police?
Watching there can no longer continue. Yeah. Why? Okay. Ehkä tosta hypätä vielä.
The boys' room. A child's fort. From what threat was Simon protecting his world?
No. Vielä.
Tom Sawyer. Mark Twain. Sarah must have read it to him before bed.
Jotain mörköjä siinä.
Sleeping pills. Strong for an 11-year-old boy. What was wrong with this family?
Don't know.
What nightmarish vision could have inspired them?
Don't know.
Simon's troubles went beyond family problems. That kid saw something. Something terrified him.
Mörkö from the depths.
The argument that led to their tragic end seems to have been simmering for some time. What was going through that boy's mind?
To say. Hard to say. taas eli. But you don't wanna...
This door is locked.
Et halua niinku noita kommentoida, tommosia vittu isoja raatelujälkiä. Sitä et...
What will her room reveal about her?
Käydäs tosiaan ensin. Katsotaan mikä tää huone.
Locked.
Se on lukossa. Of course it is. Of course it is. Huone. Se huone ei toimi. What is this? Office key. Niin. Okay, this looks weird, so mä esitän.
Barbiturates. Sarah Hawkins must have been extremely agitated resorting to such a treatment.
Barbituraatti. Ouch. Ei mitään. Ei näytä olla mitään.
This padlock is too complicated for me.
Every fucking padlock seems to be fucking complicated to you, my man. Sille. This looks bad.
Was Sarah Hawkins interested in the occult? What was she trying to achieve? The door is blocked on the other side. Despite what happened, they seem to have loved each other.
Charles Hawkins scribbled his white.
This ledger lists all of the paintings Sarah Hawkins sold. It seems the last one was given for free to a Francis Sanders. I wonder why. Sarah Hawkins' agent was getting worried. Seems she wasn't giving any signs of life.
I think I can find anything in here.
Bradley? Is that you? Is anyone there?
Tuleeko joku? That's me.
You! Bradley, did you see which way he went?
Who? I didn't see anyone. I just heard some noise. Are you all right?
A man was hiding on the upper level. He ran when he saw me. He can't be far.
I'll cover you.
This door was closed earlier. Where did he go? As if the
Do you really
bookcase has
think that
been
your
moved
fugitive came
several
in here?
times.
I don't see any way out.
As if the bookcase has been moved several times.
It's a secret passage.
The Scylla. It's the boat that was stranded at the entrance to the harbor. It looks like a freehand map of dark water. Certain areas have been highlighted. I wonder why. Clearly, Charles Hawkins knew Captain Fitzroy very well. I wonder who the man with the glasses is in the photograph. Probably another friend of Hawkins. Seems like this came from a log. This globe seems to have been part of some mechanism.
That is what it looks like.
Doesn't work. I must have missed something. They look like Celtic runes. Charles must have brought them back from one of his foreign trips. It looks like an old seaway map. Looks like the navigational paths described in the log. Have you seen the old maritime maps on Charles Hawkins' desk?
Strange. No ship has left Darkwater's shore for years.
There must be a link with the seaway map. Charles Hawkins was a sort of traveler, right?
More like an adventurer, I guess. He left for months, exploring remote places and abandoned temples.
Jees. Mä voisin kyllä uskoa, että jätetään tää nyt tähän, niin ensi kerralla sitten. Tai oikeastaan ei, katsotaanpa nyt nopeasti, että jos tän sais nopeasti, että jotenkin, koska toi pitää varmaan avata.
Looks like the navigational paths described in the log.
Eli se on jotenkin niinku tämä kanssa.
But there must be a link with the seaway map.
Aina se, että normal money.
Looks like the navigational paths described in the log.
Okei, BRB, tässä voi mennä helvetin kauan nyt. No niin.
Looks like it worked.
Se oli niin jotenkin sellainen hölmö, että se oli siis
Well done, Pierce.
saakeli tossa keskellä, missä toi kompassi tossa keskellä. No, olipa taas niinku hankala. Vittu varmaan 15 minuuttia hakkasin tossa. Yes, yes. Tuo voisi kyllä uskoa, että jätetään nyt. Tunnels under the Hawkins Mansion. Joo, voisi kyllä uskoa tosiaan, että jätetään nyt tähän. Että The running mercenaries of fire revealed its secrets. Joo, eteenpäin. Joo, mä voisin kyllä uskoa, että jätetään nyt tähän. Tähän jätettäisiin tämä jakso.
Secret passage under the manor. It's like a detective novel. That guy must have already gotten far.
Yeah. And he had a direct means of entry to the crime scene. We must find him.
Yes. Yes. Mä voisin tosiaan uskoa, että...
Been here recently.
Joo. No mut hei, jätetään nyt tosiaan tähän ja ensi kerralla taas jatketaan eteenpäin. Se on sitten siihen asti. Morjens!